What's going on, folks? I just need to do one last little look through before we kick the tournament off. Seems like everything's okay. Okay, cool. That should be everything, and I'll generate the bracket now. Alright, hell yes. Okay, let me make the announcement and we'll get it going. Good luck, have fun, everybody. Let's get it going. I need to figure out who exactly it is that I'm playing. And... I don't know if the bound Doombolt is as bugged as the other variants, but that's what I've been gathering, so we're just gonna not allow people to use the bound Doombolt from the cavalry. It might be a little bit silly, like allowing people to bring the unit that's got the bound of forms, but whatever, I trust in people to be able to not click the button. Who are we up against? Let's go take a little peek at the bracket. Oh my god, I'm up against Dark Age Rush. I can only assume that they're playing Cathay. Alright, there they are. Alright, so we're going to invite them in. They're going to jump through the couple of hoops. Let's take a look at what the maps are. So there's Ragnarok Lair, Crystal Lake, and Road to Talabheim. They've all got a little forest cover. I'm not really sure which one would be best for playing into Cathay. Probably a Ragnarok Lair or a Crystal Lake. Cav Doombolt isn't too bad, it's the Wand. Yeah, it was always okay. The Wand of Koraidon I never really hated as an item. It just wasn't always that useful. What exactly is it about Doombolt that's so bugged out right now? I know it got a big buff in terms of damage, but I'm not 100% clear on what exactly is making it overperform, because the patch changes looked pretty reasonable, but from what everybody's been telling me, it just does like way too much actual in-game damage for what it does. I don't know, man. It's not like the Beastmen are all that strong right now. Not in my opinion. Beastmen are fine. They're just like a perfectly reasonable faction to play. Let's see what we can do here. And, no, Cathay actually does have some stuff that they can use to really hammer you. It does look like their win rate's absolutely abysmal. Oh my god, 0-5 is, that's rough business, man. That is not enjoyable at all, I imagine. What map are we gonna ban? Probably, yeah, Road to Talabheim, definitely. Road to Talabheim is just way too open. It's got the objectives all out in the open field here, and Cathay is an artillery faction. They would love an opportunity to get to tee off against me in the open field. So I'm going to do my best to just completely circumvent that from even possibly happening. Let me actually leave it on here. Oh, the Beastmen. Oh my god, they're so far down here. Awful win rate right now. At least we got one of the better matchups for the faction. It seems like after the Synagore nerfs and changes, people have kind of figured out how to play into them. They're just a lot less scary, it seems. Magic-wise, what do we need? That'll be good, and yeah, we'll do these two. This and that. Should be able to cast spells fairly regularly. Not 100 on what the front line's gonna be. Definitely need some stuff to muck up the works, a little bit to push. I really like these guys on foot. Kind of squeeze a little bit more money out of what I've got here. Definitely one of these guys, got plenty of them, and what else could be useful? Possibly. Potentially that. One of these guys, a couple of them. These fellas. Maybe a little too expensive. Okay, I actually feel pretty confident with this army. It's pretty crunchy. It's definitely got some serious teeth to it. Gonna have to be pretty exacting with my execution and micro. hell is Crystal Lake? Up here. Alright, I'm pretty confident with my army. I'm just picking it behind the scenes. I'll bring it back now. I'm fairly confident that this build works on either of the maps that we're going to be playing into. I'm playing Beastman. Do I need the replays? Send me replays if you want. I'm absolutely 100% down. Just a bunch of damage. Don't think it's too bad. Oh, okay. I thought it was like actually bugged, is what people were intimating to me. Okay, so it sounds like it's just really, really freaking strong, is what you're telling me, Max. I don't know, maybe I'll unban it for a tournament that I host a little bit later, just to see what it looks like. That doesn't sound atrocious. Maybe a limit on, like, the number of units you can bring that have it bound or something. And then just allow the castable version. Alright, cool. Let's see if we can avoid any of the common pitfalls against Cathay. They've got a lot of really nice tools to be able to shoot down your infantry, especially. Pretty much any of your lightly armored troops as Beastmen are in danger here. The damage boosted Dragon Breaths tend to be pretty devastating. It is not easy to just sit and weather that kind of damage. I really prefer to kind of push up through the trees here and maybe try to overwhelm one side of the map. Coming down through all of this open field is going to be maybe a little bit of a catastrophe if we commit to it. My Zangors up in the trees here. Vestigors too. We're just going to do a nice little Ungor line to defend these two high ground objectives for the immediate opening of the battle. Get the raiders up in here. I think that's staggered enough. The Wargors are going to go run up on the point and just bash away at anything that comes and maneuvers onto the number 2 objective. We got Penumbral Pendulum and Flock of Doom. Pendulum's going to be really devastating to stuff like Celestial Dragon Guard, who I have actually seen a decent number of times. And it'll also be nice to have Flock of Doom, obviously. It did get nerfed. You can't cast it just every, what, I think it was every 20 seconds was the old cooldown. Now it's up to 45, so it's a big reduction to the speed and pace at which you can do damage with it, but it's still just as effective, really. I think you got one more WOM on the overcasted version as well, but I feel like that's pretty balanced for a spell that can hit a theoretically unlimited number of units. Alright, well, my opponent messaged me and said good luck, have fun, so I feel pretty confident that we can just kick it off here. We've got double Celestial Lion? Oh no, an Astromancer and the Shugengan Lord. One Celestial Lion, Jade War Drum. Actually a fairly beefy infantry line. We're gonna have to protect Malagor, Yeah, Malagor is not going to be able to beat the big flying beasties there. We're actually going to come up out of the forest. Although, I think the Bestigor herd are going to need to stay in the trees for a little bit. Okay, my opponent kind of whiffed that one. We're going to fly around out here. Oh, and we get netted. We'll just land. We're going to summon out our Sons of Goros, and they're going to kick the crap out of anything that tries to land on Malagor here. Not a bad attempt. Yeah, we're just going to make sure that our Lord doesn't get killed here. Just kind of stay back for a moment. It's a really nice spell cast. He's just going to kill my Ungor Raiders, but he's focusing a lot of attention on them. We can be patient here. Losing one of those guys really isn't that big of a deal. We're going to get a Razorgore Chariot out next, by the way. Because he's got tools to kind of, or they've got tools to kind of bully the chariots, but only if they're very precisely positioned. That should be a pretty nice catch. A little bit of damage on the Sons of Goros. That was a pretty nice timing on that, truth be told. I think we've actually got this thing caught, though, which is awesome. Okay, so we're going to get up over here. Yeah, really nice. Okay. Oh, Sons of Goros getting melted here. Holy crap. Okay. So let's pull out. We got the bombing run incoming. Let's try and avoid as much of this damage as possible. It's really cheeky, I gotta admit. We got the chariot going up onto the flank, though, and my opponent doesn't really have, like, damage-dealing infantry of any kind. Pretty sure we can kind of overwhelm on that front. Just get up in here and kill the Empress's crowmen. Let's get our spearmen out of here. Spearmen aren't going to be able to do jack when it comes to damage. So we're going to do our very level best to just avoid as much of it as possible. Let's get our boy up in the air. Let's try and attack this Astromancer for a minute. Let's pull these guys out. Let's get these guys in. Let's attack here. Alright, we'll have another Pendulum in a minute, and that'll be very strong for us. Just need to kind of dodge around for a minute. We're going to hit the fattest spellcast Pendulum in eons, dude. Oh my god. Alright, so we got some pretty good damage there. We're going to pull out. I am honestly not 100 on what it is I want to bring in. Actually, a Razorgore herd, now that we've got Jade Lancers on the field. These are Jade Warriors, which is cool. We're going to go run these guys over a little bit. I'm going to get our Bestigor herd out, because they're overlapping too much. Let's get our Wargors in on the long spears there. Just need to muck the works up a little bit with our Razorgore herd to run down some of this cavalry. Synthes need to pull out. It's pretty painful. It's a pretty good cast there. Oh no. Mally is getting nailed right now. We're going to get him away. We're going to make sure that he doesn't die here. Push these guys up in. Let's get these guys out. Okay. It's an unfortunate terror route. We're going to land here. bring our Razorgore herd over. And we're gonna stop Malagor from getting killed here, hopefully. We're honestly in a pretty good spot. The Malagor problems are unfortunate, but ultimately I think we're gonna be able to persevere through it. Get our throwing axes in now. We've killed the ground force, basically. My opponent doesn't really have a whole lot to be able to threaten me here. We just need to mirror all of these Onyx Crowmen, and we're going to punish the hell out of them whenever they try to engage. And these guys coming in. Yeah, versus Crowmen we're going to run over. We're just going to save this overcasted Flock of Doom here for literally all of the units that are incoming. Because it is actually a decent amount of stuff. Let's get around the back. Keep grinding all this stuff down. We'll get the Zhanggu War Drum down eventually. Just need to keep up the pressure here. Need another Sentient. It's really close. We got the mobility advantage, which is always a huge deal. Crumbling out a lot of the stuff here. And those are just multiple peasant horsemen coming in. I think we got this. It's a terror route, but it's not that big of a deal in terms of devastation. Just a bunch of mid units kind of fleeing for a moment. They're going to rally, and we'll be able to just get right back into all of the engagements that we're looking for, basically. Got a nice little pocket kind of closing on some of my opponent's units here. I think we're actually going to just pile in with the Razorgore herd against the big monsters, because those are going to be really irritating. And just road-blocking big monsters with Razorgore herd is how they get tons of value. Like, one of them's already paid off. Some of these other ones we're going to probably be able to get a good amount of value out of. Let's try and dodge this as best we can. That was pretty well cast, honestly. Okay, we got the win there. We got more Senties coming in. We're going to try and just close the door on that Dragon-Blooded Lord. And the Celestial Lion should go down to the throwing axes as we toss those in. We got a trap there. The Chariots, you know, the Chariots got some pretty good damage early, and now they've been a very good roadblock for these cavalry who keep trying to charge down some of my positions. They've been very disruptive in stopping an awful lot of the Grand Cathay units from being able to maneuver cleanly. Just on some of those guys. We'll bring the Koroks Manrippers in, because I feel like that's what we're really looking for out of what remains of the army here. Just on some of these guys, make sure all this stuff is piled up nicely. My opponent's having trouble getting the Jade Lancers out of there. Kind of away with the Krog Hooves. They lost a few models, but they're still fairly healthy, and they've got quite a bit of ammo. Just keep diving in here. The Onyx Crowmen going to be really obnoxious. We got the Koroks, so they're going to go slow push that point. Crowmen cleaning out quite a few of my units. We're going to pull back here. Malagor did run off the field, so we are at a little bit of a disadvantage with our Lord options. I think maybe pushing over here was a bit of a mistake. We should just rally back for our middle point here. I think that really is the best thing we can do right now. And get Malagor back in, just so that I have no leadership issues at all. Because I definitely don't want to have to sit here and just grind away endlessly with a whole bunch of leadership problems, potentially. We're going to come back in with these guys. Let's get away and try and pull the Crowmen through the Grog Hooves, and here we go. So we got Malagor back, which is great. We're going to collapse on this fight here. Should be able to do some pretty decent damage on Blob before this really whacks the shit out of my unit. Yeah, kind of. Still hit me, still hurt, but we got the Koroks in here, and Peasant Horsemen got our Senegors out there. I thought I gave him an order to charge in over to this side of the battlefield, but apparently that just wasn't in the cards for whatever reason. That's a really nice Flock of Doom, and our opponent's gonna give up the ghost on that one. I mean, 1300 on Mali isn't amazing. Probably need to use them a little bit better. Zangors were fairly annoying, and the Bestigors also got some decent value before they all went down. Sennies were a little weak. Chariot was nice. Sons of Goros got shredded pretty badly, but they attracted a ton of attention from spellcasting, moon flares, and whatnot. We did a pretty good job of corralling our opponent's cavalry and their Onyx Crowmen. Empress Crowmen only got 1200 on 2 summons, and they're a very expensive unit, so I'm happy with that. Any unit rules for Khorne? Absolutely not. Oh, okay. So the bugs actually hurt it. Doombolt, that is. Alright. Let's go report our win. This is a pretty big tournament. We might just do 5 rounds instead of the 4 I have planned. Beastmen, where's Grand Cathay? There they are. Four more games to go, and then we'll be into the next one. I do like that I won that game, but I feel like I left a few plays on the field in terms of maneuvering effectively. There were a couple of times I think I could have handled the counter dives a little bit better. I would say I made my opponent pay for trying to dive Malagor. Maybe the Sons of Goros weren't the call early, especially with what my opponent had. Didn't really have much else though, did I? I could have kept him by the Wargors. Wargors actually fight up pretty well. I don't know. I don't think I should get too greedy. I think I played it well enough, but I can definitely be a little bit more on top of some of the micro. I think some of my fights were a little too prolonged against the infantry line on top of the war drum. I was honestly pretty lucky my opponent didn't bring any missiles whatsoever. Honestly, I mean, like, one cannon can be pretty devastating against the Beastmen. It's definitely things you gotta be, super skeptical of doing, though, if you're going to be defending artillery. Maybe that's why they didn't run any. Alright, I'm going to game plan a little bit for the next round. We've got Norscan Rise, Eastern Isle Colony, and Glades of the Everqueen. I'll try and take a game on Norscan Rise, preferably. Eastern Isle Colony is really not a great map for the Beastmen. You do not get a lot of benefit out of being such a fast faction on such a tight, compact area of a map. I can actually bring it up just so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. Oh my god, please. Hello? Give me a sec. There we go. Okay, that's a nice little full-size thing. You got the objectives that are pretty close together in a little triangle here. You got a middle one to fight over. There's a lot of cover, which is nice for the Beastmen because you do have a lot of woodsman units, including all your Centaurs and Minotaurs and everything. But having to trot out and fight in an exposed position is kind of scary for the Beastmen because of how squishy so many of your units are. You don't really like sitting under prolonged missile fire, and you can't really push too hard for your opponent's back half of the map because of how close the spawn zones are to the front line. I mean, this is a pretty squished in zone. You've got really aggressive vanguards like out on either side. You've got the multiple reinforcement points to summon out from. Within like 10-15 seconds, you can have like infantry-based archers like scooted right up to lock down the number 1 and 2. That's not really the Beastman's cup of tea. You'd like a bigger map that's a little bit less open. Or a little less constricted. You want it to be more open so that you can flank more. It's probably going to be my ban. I don't see any point in banning the other two maps. Norskin Rise has lots of terrain, so avoid artillery. And what was the other one? Eastern Isle Colony and something. Oh, Glade of the Everqueen. Glade of the Everqueen also has some cover you can hide in. Our last two matches. Turn 1. Zesty beat Bob, which is pretty cool. Jaden's beat Pont. Blake over Doomerang. Poison beat Broccoli, Fangirl, which is a little surprising. Daniken beat Martin. Daniken on Dark Elves, playing against the Beastmen. Dark Elves against Beastmen is pretty rough for the Beastmen, I would say. It gets really scary. And Anticity actually beat Shaq's Craft. Calphus over Lord Shaftesbury. Who the hell is this? Oh, they're like brand-ass new. Okay, hell yeah. It's a pretty impressive win then. Because Shaftesbury is a really talented Lizardman player. I don't know if that's what they're playing today, but you can always check. Yeah, 100% on lizards. So dang, okay. Apostate. Potatoes Devil's still going at it, man. I'm guessing that's Nurgle Corn. I know Potato is playing Corn. guys doing? They're still going at it. We could set up to do a little bit of a head-to-head test, I guess. We need to be up against AI. I'm actually kind of curious about something, so we are going to get rid of this. Where are they? Oh yeah, they're right here. Get these guys in. Really curious how badly the Knights of the Brazen Throne lose to like 2 orc boy biggins. Make sure that that's set up right. Okay. All right, they're about evenly costed between the two of them. And usually spamming out Boy Biggins is like your best bet for killing cavalry of this type. I'm just curious if the Brazen Throne Knights are going to be able to fight these dudes off after the HP buff. Because it wasn't like the biggest thing in the world. I think it was about 300, 200, 300 health. And even little adjustments like that can allow units like this to just totally take over games. They still cause terror and everything, and they hit hard as a truck on the charge. So they could fully just like bulldoze up into one of them, immediately terror out it, and then you can just turn around and out-scrap the other because of the superior stats. I'm gonna keep an eye out for the bracket advancing. Still not quite ready. I'm gonna message the guys too. Alright, got that out of the way. We'll fast forward now. They also got more efficient attacks, so they should basically just kill a model every time they swing here. Oh my god. Yeah, that's pretty chunky. You see that they're taking some pretty, they're taking an appreciable amount of damage here for sure. Probably just keep chasing this unit. It's nice because the AI actually does try to cycle charge a little bit. This AI is pulling way too far back, though. Okay, you get the terror out here. Yeah, dude, these guys are pretty fat, honestly. When I get back to playing Khorne, this is probably the unit I'm going to center a lot of my builds around, because they were already pretty damn strong before they got the HP buff. This seems to have increased their capabilities quite a bit, especially since they distribute their weapon strength around better. Because they just hit fewer models, they actually kill things quicker, ironically enough. Previously, the splash damage would just spread out everything a little too much. And it definitely hurt them against other cavalry-type units. They're doing okay. Here comes a side charge. This might be where things start to flip against these guys, though. Okay, you get the terror out. Get the Lord coming in. Turn around and attack these guys. Take them down. And you just ping-pong everything. And this is killing 2 Boy Biggin units. Alright, finish these guys off, and then I guess you can just use them to kill the foot characters. How do they do with that now? Still pretty mediocre at it. My goodness. Kind of getting the crap kicked out of him by the Orc War Boss. Actually put a beat down on the Knights here. That's so crazy. I mean, he's got good AP and not bad combat stats. It's kind of interesting. Please tell me these guys are done now. Okay, cool. All games done, advancing the bracket. We're playing Zesty. Okay. I don't know who the hell Zesty's playing. I don't know if we've even played before, now I'm thinking about it. See if I can find him in here. Oh, Zesty's playing the Greenskins. Okay. It'll be a little tricky for Beastman. This is not going to be like a simple matchup, but I don't think it's going to be too terrifying, as long as we don't overpress and get punished by their big cavalry. Oh, I don't need to host as a spectator. I don't know what I'm doing. And top of bracket, me or them? Oh, I'm banning again. So we're banning Eastern Isle. Against the Greenskins, 100% banning Eastern Isle. That is going to be a terrible map for me. You got 2 Swords of Corn? Hell yes. That's freaking awesome. You always go tier 3 army ability as Corn, just for the flex. Even if you lose the game, just to nuke some units out of existence. Gotta do it. Gotta go for it. Just YOLO it all in. So the tier 3 Corn army ability is fairly strong, but there are some limitations to when it's actually useful. If you're playing against factions like Skaven, Greenskins, who are some of the other big mobby factions? Beastmen sometimes. There's a handful that you can drop Sword of Corn on and just farm their armies with it, because it self-charges. If you kill models with Sword of Corn, it charges up your next army ability, which is really strong. And I would say it's actually a win condition in a couple of those matchups, like Skaven in particular, because Skaven just flood the field with garbage so often that you are going to struggle with your infantry at clearing everything out, almost no matter what. Being able to drop Sword of Corn and just delete pockets of Clan Rat cap weight is pretty amazing, and then you just get, like, you know, Horn of Corn based off the kills, and then you can charge up even faster to the next sword. Okay, we're gonna play Glade. Which is fine by me. I actually have a build here that I'd like to try out, but I am gonna run to the bathroom before I do that. Cool. BRB, guys. Okay. So, against the green skins, against the mean green fighting machine. We'll be discerning about this. I'm gonna kick y'all out for a minute. This is what the big board looks like currently. You got, you know, lots of 1-win folks. And where's Beastman? Losing to the greenskins kind of badly right now, which is not ideal for me. We'll see if we can flip that around a little bit. Sorry about the additional intrusion. I'm getting set for this game. Just making sure things are situated around the house. There's a huge storm going on right now. It's calmed down a little bit. It's definitely threatening life and limb a little bit, though. What do we need here? There's a couple of options available for us. We actually do want this. We're gonna do double of these guys. And we'll cut him. Get this bad boy. Get one of these too, I think. This will be a very fun unit to push into our opponent. Should give them a lot of thought and pause about what it is they're trying to pull off with their build. Damn, that's kind of expensive, so... Okay, we'll slap those guys in here, or maybe... Or these? That's a good unit to have. I think a couple of these guys will work. We're going to definitely get one of you in, just in case. Some of these. A couple of these. One of you. Actually, this unit. Just looking it over, guys. I just gotta make sure that what I'm throwing in is absolutely what I want to be committing to this game. Yeah, I think what I've got here is going to be good enough. I think that I'm confident in this. Of course, you say that, and then you immediately want to adjust a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. Okay. Okay. So, it is greenskins. Pretty tanky faction as a whole. Just because they can throw so many numbers out at you, and they do have some pretty annoying infantry, like black orcs and the like. They can actually hold you up pretty badly as the beastmen. You do have ways around it. Thinking that what I have here is gonna be good enough, so we're just gonna have to protect our Bray Shaman as much as possible. Because he is on foot, of course, so, you know, a little bit vulnerable, but I actually have the Koroks Man Rippers who are gonna bodyguard for him. They're gonna keep his, they're gonna keep him alive. He is not gonna die on our watch here. We are going to need to be careful of our opponents throwing down fermented fungi, because it will hard punish our units if we're not smart about it. Keep the stuff in the trees for now. We'll advance it up onto the number 3 when the time comes. We're gonna have our Zangors go grab number 3, hopefully. And then we're going to try and just box the greenskins onto objectives all game, which I think is actually fairly doable for the beastmen. Like, we've got Melkoths and Enfeebling Foe for our mobility fights. The Doom Bowl will be a nice buff piece. And the Jabber Scythe is just going to run through the front line and terror out stuff, you know, start leeching with Aura of Madness. Koroks Man Rippers will be a nice little strong point for the big monster to retreat to, if it's being chased by cavalry. You can see my reinforcements here. I feel fairly confident with what I've got. Razor Gore Herd are very good against heavy cavalry, especially for a build like what I'm going with. They're especially strong at countercharging. The Cockatrice is going to be a really nice terror-causing piece. I am going to bring it in if my opponent has a character that can bully my Bray Shaman in any way. Because the Cockatrice is a very good fighter. It's got a snare that's really strong, and we could potentially catch something on the ground and just absolutely brutalize it into oblivion. So we got Grom here, we got the Colossal Squig and an Orc Shaman. Okay. That's a little scary. The big gumballs are very irritating. Stupidly annoying unit. 100% sure what it is I want to be. Oh, well, the Cockatrice, of course. The Acid Burpa does rampage. So we could theoretically rampage that big monster into a position where we can just absolutely clown on it. I don't know why my guys are moving up so slow. I need you to actually run, please. Thank you. Super bizarre behavior from my entire army, which is just super frustrating. Cockatrice for sure. Cockatrice just because we have to catch this Acid Burpa slipping at some point. Or it's gonna just clown on all of my infantry, which I really cannot afford. Gonna get up on here, and we're gonna save up for Centigores or something of that caliber. We're gonna cap this point. We're gonna get our characters and such on the objective, and just work on trying to take this over. Actually gonna spread my single entities around just to sit in the units here. My opponent wants to push my back point, they're welcome to. They don't know what's here, but they know I capped it with a bunch of hidden units. So we've got this in now. I am going to bring in... I don't think I'm going to bring anything in. Actually, the Gorbel. Because we see a really good target for the Gorbel. The Swamp Things are a pretty annoying ROR unit. Should actually be able to pummel it pretty nicely, though. Alright, let's chill here. Let's get out on the flank. Let's adjust our Spearman a little bit, and we're going to get back with the Jabberslythe while my opponent is shooting at it. We'll hit the Goblin Wolf Riders, why not? I mean, they're not that expensive, but doing damage to them will be kind of nice. Alright, let's go beat up on these guys, and let's actually advance a little bit in the front line. Because I think we can actually run down the Greenskins a little bit here. We're going to get a Great Weapon Centaur in. Let's get out of here. Let's have the Swamp Things get engaged by these guys and have the Jabberslythe start running rampant through the front line as best it can. I'm going to enfeebling foe these guys. We're going to land in here. Let's pop this on the big gumball. Alright, we can get out of here now. We've done a decent amount of damage. We're going to hit the Goblin Wolf Riders again. We're going to collapse on the back of this fight. Now it's time for Centaurs to come in. Alright, we're getting really good engagements here. And Korok's Man-Rippers are doing appreciable damage. Our heroes are surviving. Jabberslythe can come back a little bit. Engage here, engage here. Durkit Squigs, unfortunately fighting like the worst thing that they can be engaged against. Truth be told, it's about as ugly of a fight as can possibly be entertained there. Alright, our Senties are taking some punishment, but that's okay. We're going to get the enfeebling foe off on those stone trolls. Are we wearing this stuff down here? Yeah, kind of. We really need, I need something else to hammer the Swamp Things right now, because my characters are actually not doing all that hot right now. I think we should disengage there. We've got the surround on just an absolute boatload of units here. Alright, let's try to get the hell out of here, actually. We'll rally back at these guys, which will be fine. And we're going to get the Centaurs in on the Durkits. Attack the Swamp Things. Is there anything? Yeah, we'll hit these guys. Why not? Oh, we got a big terror out there, which is amazing news for me. We're down a little bit in value, but a lot of my opponent's value is on my big hero core. And we've, like, basically killed my opponent's entire remaining force. Just need to rally back a little bit and clean up some of the remaining stuff, and we should get a win here. Not going to engage here. We've got Senties about to be compromised by quite a bit. Oh, and the frick freaking acid burpa with its stinky little aura is just macerating me right now, which is just amazing. Gotta love it. Let's just keep fighting here. I think we'll be okay. Alright, the boar cav we're gonna hit. Let's get these sensies around the edge here. Oh my god, all my units are running away. Why are y'all doing this? Don't do that. That's very inconsiderate of you. Oh no. This is looking a little scary, actually. I am down like 2,000 value, unfortunately. No, not like this, please. I'm really not loving the situation I'm in right now. It's a little bit lackluster. Oh, but we did break both of the really annoying stone trolls. And the gumball's fully dead, and we still have a jabber scythe, so we could get some terror routes here. And I got a lot of stuff rallying, which is cool. Okay, so maybe we're not completely out of it. Let's just kill Grom, and we'll be okay, right? Grom, go? Go away, Grom. Pretty please. Now, the Korok's Man Rippers are running, because they're babies. I don't know why they're running. I'm a little sad about it. God, we just can't kill Grom. He does not want to die, which is very inconvenient for the purposes of locking this game out. I don't know how he's still alive, man. He's just fully running around here being a huge butt, though. Okay, we broke that. We're gonna run in here. Still holding on to the points. The Razor Gore herd could be the answer that we've been looking for. Because they are running down quite a bit right now. Really need my lord to get the hell out of here and survive somehow. Okay, we got that fight going. We got 17 WOM to work with still, which is a decent amount. Get another Razor Gore herd in. God, not having the terror routes is so rough, dude. There's so many bodies incoming. A lot more than I was honestly prepared for. I feel like the Jabber Scythe here has been the biggest weak link, and then some of my other stuff has not been all that strong. I really thought I had a better fight than I did in reality against the Hero Squad for my opponent. I thought that we were going to be able to break it without too many problems. Oh my god, man. We're just totally folded up here. I don't love the position that I have managed to attain for myself. We got a unit that we just totally forgot about back there. Okay, can we kill the Durkit Squigs, please? I'm begging you. Let's get this Razor Gore herd back. Let's get this one in. Let's get these guys out, and let's send these Synagores over. Let's unsummon this big boy. Maybe we can hold here for a minute. Nah, not looking likely, buddy. A little unfortunate. Orc Shaman is eating my Gorble for breakfast. Pretty hilarious. We've got the damn Swamp Thing still out here. 1,300 value, dude. It's crazy. Alright, Synagore Great Weapon coming in. We get a little bit of damage here. We're going to try and collapse on the back of all these fights. And see what we can do to get some kind of battlefield control back. It's going to be real tough. But we did actually get a really good engagement over there. Okay, we're going to collapse on these units here. Oh, it's that damn, Fist of Gork is a real pain. That's definitely causing me a lot of problems here. Still don't have anything I can summon out infantry-wise. I've just lost so much. We're gonna get another Sensegor, screw it. We're going full Senti spam for the late game, because that's what we need to do. Can we break these guys, is my big question. Moonhowlers need to get got. Let's pull back. Gonna be a little hard to charge those guys down. They're a little too far away. Did hit them though. Okay, that's nice. Lost a Razorgore herd there. Let's get his Angor in. Let's pull back. Got the win here, which is mega cool. I think we retreat for a moment. Leave our opponent to trot in behind us for a minute. Try and punish and overextend. Which I think could be doable. Are infantry going to do anything for me here? I really don't think they will. Okay, guys, like, actually keep retreating, though. Oh, the terror routes. Oh my god, the swamp things have been an absolute nightmare for me to deal with. I have not been able to do much to control those guys. They've been, the pain that keeps on giving, truthfully. Alright, let's hammer these guys. We got a little bit of a surround on Grom. We're going to pull back here. Send these Razorgore herd in just for the shenanigans. Can we save our back point? We do actually really need to do that. Are we still losing it, man? Oh, damn. Rough. Let's get over there. These guys are going to keep fighting here. We lost our back point. We've got these Zangors scrapping over there. These guys just stopped moving, which is not great. Oh my god, the magic, dude. And the, Grom abilities. Oh my god. They're just way too much to deal with, man. He got me. Really late game, loss there. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think I just needed Traderkin. None of my spells did enough damage, honestly. I mean, Melkoth's was just not that great. Not when I was getting my ass handed to me by those characters and stuff. It's crazy how much damage they were doing to me. And the Swamp Things would have also been a good target for Traderkin. I just swear, man. How the hell did Grom get 2,500 value? Like, what is he made out of? Like, adamantium? Because I swear I was hammering him multiple times with charges and he just didn't care. Just shrugged it off. Oh, how do you go for the drawing tools, for the telestration, you go into the game files. It's in your, I can maybe try and show it to you. So for me, it's in here, and I think it's under the same pathing that you use to get to your replays folder. Yeah, it's under replays. Is it scripts? Yeah, so go to preferences, .script, and then you go to Control F telestration and turn this to true. It'll be on false. Oh my god. Where is it? Can't find telestration. I'm so confused. Showed me just a second ago. There it is. Okay. Yeah, just make sure it's always on. Turn it to true, and you'll have the little drawing tools at your fingertips 24/7, basically. So enjoy it. Flag ability go. Oh yeah, that's right. The frickin' ward save. I forgot about that. The cockatrice was not good last game, unfortunately. I thought it would give me an edge up in the single entity fights because it would pummel the acid burpa, I thought, but apparently not. And the Jabberslythe was also just a little bit not what I needed. I should have just gotten a chariot out, truthfully. I think a chariot would have won me that game. Like a Razorgore to like run over the Rugloods and everything would have been super ace. Zangors were okay. I did like the Gorble. I think I'm gonna do Traderkin next time for my magic. At least against the greenskins, so they can't just Grom and then acid burpa you to pieces, because these two characters are just crazy saming. I mean, the acid burpa had stuff all over it, still got 1500 value, and then Grom got 2500, which is just unacceptable. I'm definitely gonna have to work out a way to handle him. Just not blobbing on him would have been the best way to go about it. I committed too hard to the fight against him. Yeah, any chariot. I almost brought Kazrak initially, but I figured a Doom Bowl would be a little better in any Lord duels, and honestly, he really wasn't. He was kind of terrible. I was very disappointed by the Doom Bowl performance. Torox would have unironically been better, and he was another character I thought about bringing, but he is a little bit more expensive. Got one more game to finish up here. Who did Daniken beat? I don't actually know. Daniken beat somebody who dropped, which is why they have too many Swiss points now. I'll just drop that back to 2 and call it a day. Doink. I don't actually think that went through. Damn it. Did it? Okay, it did. Hell yeah. Oh, I don't know about our odds of getting into the top 4. We're at 1-1. We could end up playing Dark Age Rush again, theoretically. I don't know how likely that is, but it is possible. Would probably go for a pretty different build next time. Yeah, bad against other mounted lords. That sounds about right. I mean, Kazrak really is only good at killing infantry. Torox is great for Greenskins so long as Grimgore ain't on the field. People don't really do Grimgore that much, so I think I'm gonna try and use him. I've used him before in a semifinals match and against the Greenskins, and he was brutal. I mean, he hits like a truck. He's really strong, and I've beaten turn with Torox too. Maybe I should just stop second-guessing myself, because if your opponent goes River Troll Hag, Torox kills it. If your opponent goes Grimgore, Torox kills it. Your opponent goes, what's his face, Gorbad, Torox wins. You can beat, the little guys, the Night Goblin War Bosses, everything. Skarsnik might beat Torox, but I've never seen Skarsnik. Ever in a tournament game. I'm glad all the games have been close so far. I mean, it seems like that might be everybody's experience across the board so far, just based on how many of these tournament matches have been going down to seemingly the wire on time. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm playing punt, so we're gonna get the Dark Elf matchup here. Pont has been playing the Dark Elves for a long time now. Pont does some very out-of-the-box builds, so I'm curious to see if they hold with that here. I'm getting and the options for maps. I don't remember round 3. I don't remember any of the rounds, truthfully. Yeah, Edge of the Darkwood, Whirling Maelstrom. I definitely did not intend to keep that one in here. Not really my favorite map. And Geyser Bluff. So we got 2 maps I like, and Whirling Maelstrom is kinda trash. Just my opinion. Alright, so it is going to be Dark Elves versus Beastmen here. How much of the Dark Elves beating the Beastmen? Oh my god, constantly 7-2 against them. Oh my goodness. This could get a little ugly. This could get a little ugly. Pont is definitely somebody who I've got to really respect for their micro and their general game planning. I'm gonna bring that. That actually does seem like a good idea. still bring that. Just for any punishes. It's time to do some Centigores, man. I have not really been bringing a lot of Centi throwing axes. I think that's been a bit of a mistake so far. Oh, never mind. This is not the map that I was thinking. Oh. Oh, that's the round 4 game then. Okay, ban Decrepit more. I'd love to be able to pick a map for a change. That would be super nice. I don't know if that's going to happen though. It's not been incoming up to this point. Definitely go with them. One of these guys. Maybe we go for... Actually, I think we do go for this unit. They're going to be really disruptive at the very least. Cut that guy down. Make way for some of these guys, maybe. One and all right, sure. Going to road. Road to Talabheim is fine by me, I think. I'm not too stressed about that one. Should be fairly easy to play it out here. Okay. We're ready as I'll ever be, I guess. Let's see what we can do. Sorry for missing your message, Grievous. That's big my bad. I got so caught up with some of the other admin stuff I had going on. I missed your message and all the chaos. We're actually outnumbered. I don't love that. I do think, though, it's not that big of a deal that we're outnumbered currently. Could have some stuff going up through the woods to flank if we wanted to. I'm gonna try and protect this Ungor Raider. It may not go amazing. We're just gonna have to see. Put that guy in group 3 or group 4. Although actually, I can go in group 2 together. Because the Gorbals actually do a pretty good job of stiffening up the resolve. They give a small encourage bonus. And that gets the Butchers of Kalkengard up to like 90 leadership, just about. Makes them very difficult to break. Definitely need them to perform here. I've had good fortune with the Butchers against the Dark Elves many times. They're very strong in this matchup. They do a lot of damage. So we got double Death Hag, we got a Fire Sorceress, we got tons of Dread Spears, Black Ark Corsairs, and some Dark Riders with Harpies and a Feral Manicore. Alright. It's a pretty aggressive army. Let's see what we can do to cap this up real quick. We'll have Malagor run forward a little bit, just to see if I can drop down some hatred onto those guys. Alright, we need to get out of there. So with what our opponents brought, we're going to bring out the Razorgore Chariot, because it's going to be really strong. Our opponent pulled it out, we took some damage, but we didn't lose any models. That is massive, honestly. I think my opponent came off much the worse for that engagement there. We're going to need to keep our eyes like mega peeled for magic casts from my opponent. So let's attack here and then open fire. Pull this guy back out. He's got plenty of mass to be able to do this, by the way. That's why I'm not too worried about him. Keep our lines a little bit cleaner. Actually see an opportunity here. Let's pull away. It's too late. Those guys are just straight up dead. That's rough. It happens. It does happen. We're going to trot forward a little bit. We're going to get a great charge down the flank of those Dread Spears, which is going to eviscerate them. You can see the power of a Razorgore Chariot in action, in full effect there. Let's get in a little bit. Let's get Malagor flying in. Let's turn around. Oh, he's got a Hydra coming in now. Holy crap, okay. So we get a tear route on these guys. We're going to pull back. We're going to run in with these folks. We're actually going to get a massive value from that. We're going to pull in my Synagores with great weapons now. We're just hovering overhead. Let's get the Zangors out of here. Get charging there. We'll get another Sinti screaming up the field. Should be pretty nice. Beautiful burning head. We got a tear out on all of the Black Ark Corsairs here, though, which is amazing news. That is huge. That is a massive win for me. I just don't get why we're... Oh my god, always constantly struggling with the value for whatever reason. Why are are we just constantly down? It's crazy, dude. So all these terror-causing units seemingly are the issue for me. Like, I just don't have the easy means to punish that, seemingly. Drop a really nice flock of doom there. Please, good gravy. Give me a little bit of momentum here. We're doing good damage to these Cold One Knights. We just really need to win these engagements. We need to get another Synagore Great Weapon out. We got 2 Razorgore Chariots that we're going to send in, and we just got these Sinti Great Weapons being massacred right now, which I am not loving. But we're going to get them out, and we're going to get them into a much better fight here in a moment. Let's get this guy away. Let's keep scrapping here. Let's keep going in. Let's get the hell away from these guys. Just need to stay off of all these really silly single entities. And we're going to get the Butchers of Kalkengard away for quite a while here. They definitely have been getting pummeled pretty badly. We could get Corngors in. Not sure if that's what I need right now. Don't think I do. I think I just need more mobility. And we just need to actually keep bouncing between engagements. So, Gorbul's getting pummeled. Still don't have great answers for all of this, these big single entities. Keep saying I'm gonna do it, but I swear to God, one day I'm bringing Traderkin and it's gonna pay off big time for me. What is this? Why do the Beastmen feel so bad all of a sudden? Seems like I can't do anything. I really feel like I'm just constantly impacting on my opponent's units and not able to, like, acquire any value of note. Get out of there. Oh, it also doesn't help that units keep dropping orders. Really prefer if they could actually just stand and fight for a bit. It'd be much appreciated. So, it's a little rough, but we do have points. We should just play objectives. I don't need to be diving on all these big single entities constantly. It's really done nothing for me but cause problems. Because that's how we've lost most of these other games, is like constantly engaging in bad fights like that. Okay, that's Doomfire Warlocks. That's another Synagore summon. Synagores do really good damage on the charge against units like that. Let's charge these guys down while we're here. Okay, then my opponent's dropping the Doom Bolt. I told people not to bring that. Alright, I didn't actually do much of anything. Win these fights! I swear to God, you gotta win them. You literally cannot afford to lose any of them. Gorbul is actually killing this Death Hag slowly but surely. We got the win there. Dude, this meta is just like literally mobility city. There's like no reason to bring infantry, seemingly. They just don't hold up to pressure, seemingly. I've had honestly pretty horrible luck so far with my infantry in my builds. I'll keep chasing there. We need to actually unsummon units too. I've been very lax in the last few games with it. And some of this is Zangor. These guys are fine. Still holding on to that middle point. Hell yeah, man. We're gonna get away here. We're gonna get away here. We're gonna charge here. Okay, maybe we're fine. Maybe we're fine, guys. This is gonna kill the Black Orc Corsairs. And never mind, we're actually not gonna get to cast that because he got knocked over. Alright, we actually get to use it now, and they are gonna be going down there. Hell yes. Charge into the rear on some of these guys, and attack chariots. Kill the hags. Razorgore herd. Let's get the hell out of here. What is this? Black Orc Corsairs incoming. That's fine. More Black Orcs, really not that big of an issue. Just go kill these guys. My god, dude. Freaking Dark Elves. So resilient. Alright, we killed the Scourge Runner. That's amazing. Super good news. Man. I need to save these replays. I got a lot I need to go over in them, obviously. So the Butchers of Kalkengard did okay. Groghooves were acceptable. Destroyers were bad. Ungor Raiders didn't have much time to do anything. Malagor got good value. Gorbul got pretty decent value. And our Centaurs were better this time around. I think it was the Fire Sorceress. Burning Head just hurts so bad, dude. I mean, it just brutalizes you. It was actually a Charybdis, not a War Hydra. It's a really cool Dark Elf build. It's because of the frickin' patch where they gave all of the cavalry better mobility. I'm not shocked that this is turning out to be the case. I don't mind it. I don't hate, like, super mobility centric metas. There's still a time and place for infantry. They definitely seem a lot weaker, though, now. Which is a little sad. I would really love if infantry had a more consistent place in domination mode as a whole. Like, they're usable, they can get you really good value, you just have to really work hard for positioning. And if you misposition infantry nowadays, people are just gonna absolutely stomp them into the dirt, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do to stop it. Oh, let me go report the win here. I think I can beat Zesty next time we play, because I actually have a pretty good idea of how I'm going to counter the whatchamacallit big monster thing. The gumball. It's time to be bringing a unit that I have had success with periodically, but haven't played with a whole lot. Just because it's been a little bit out of sorts with the meta, but I think it might be time, the time and place where it'll be good again is here now. How are the Dark Elves on this frickin' pull-down menu? It's not in alphabetical order. It's gonna drive me crazy. Dark Age, Poison, Martin, Broccoli, and Death by Ricochet, and then Zesty and a real kitty are playing. So we're 2-2. Not going bad, not going great. Daniken beat Turin. Anticity won their game. So we got Umami and Joyers up here. Doing pretty good. Oh, Pandameister. Okay, that's who that is. Beaten Asteroid, Apostate, and Winter Wind this tournament. Alright, we're 2-1. If we can get a third win, we may be able to sneak into the top 4. It's unlikely. We did get a lot of sign-ups too, so actually... I think I might actually run 5 rounds just because we did have a decent number of sign-ups. Sweet. Corn and Lizardman is super cool. Oh, Winterwind actually beat Pandameister. Okay. I don't know what the hell I'm typing there. Shouldn't take me too long to do this. I just need to make sure that it gets entered correctly. And you gotta give the back end of the website like 10 years to figure out what it's doing, because yeah, it can be a little bit slow. Conk is where you belong. No, stay with us. Come on, Spotify, stick around with domination mode. Conquest is cool. I had my fun with it. I'm not really going to be revisiting it anytime soon. It's not really my style. I understand that people have a preference for it, and that's really cool. I love that there's more game modes. Infantry are useless in Conquest land battles. People bring kite or cavalry builds. Yeah, that's a really good point. A lot of factions actually have missiles to defend themselves, but Beastmen and Khorne lack that completely in some regards. I mean, there's options, but they're not super amazing. Ungor Raiders are just, like, bullied to bits nowadays by people. There's no mercy for them. People really caught on to the power of the humble Ungor Raider, and they've not been allowing me to even use them, really, so that's definitely been painful. I need to get better with the Synagor throwing axes, obviously. I fell out of using them because I found some Beastman build styles that really worked for me, but they're not working out so hot in this patch and meta. It's definitely time to, like, go full adjustment, playing a little bit more towards what's strong nowadays. The nice thing is that even though the Beastmen aren't doing so hot in some of the matchups, that matchup against the Greenskins, it was kind of sad that we couldn't pull it out, but it didn't feel impossible. Like I said, I do have a pretty solid idea of what I'm going to be countering the Gumball of Doom with next time. Thank you, Wonderwind. Someone thanking me for my time and attention to it. I'll play Dom, just know I'm never going to be top 4. That's okay. That's fine. Dude, domination mode is, like, the perfect... honestly perfect for just, like, jumping in trying out all kinds of crazy stuff. I know there's like there's a tendency towards the top, like, you know, like maybe 20 people, I would say, where the meta becomes fairly rigid and defined. But truthfully, for like, I would say like a good 50% of games, you do see something out of the ordinary from people. And it's people across all different levels of the game too. It's not just like people who are not winning as often or doing something like kind of odd and outside the ordinary. I see people like Scramble Egg Special and Inticity bring all kinds of crazy stuff too. So I really do feel like even if the meta is a little bit more roundly favorable to mobility, this current patch, it is still pretty flexible for the most part. Damn, Berserk up here with 8 tournament wins. My god, man. People have been going crazy with the tournaments this season, which is really cool to see. I think I can actually advance the tournament now, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Pretty sure they just finished the last game. No, Poison and Martin are still going. Dang, dude. Okay. I am going to hit them up and find out what's going on. Somebody wants to drop too. Okay. God, dude, it's so confusing. Martinius is probably the player I have the absolute most atrocious time finding on the Discord, because their name is so similar to like 10 other people. There's even another Martinius, but it's not the one that I was looking for. Almost spamming them with messages. Mental is gone after playing against either hard counter factions or skirmish maxing every game. That's fair. That's pretty brutal. Ouch. Okay, they literally just finished. Finally. We're gonna advance. Oh, I needed to draw. Oh, whoops, that's okay. That's okay. Oh, we're gonna be playing, Turin. Hell yeah. We'll see if we can get a win against the Chaos Dwarves. I don't know how that's gonna go. Also, Spotify, if you're in here, you're playing Doomerang. Swapping you out with Ricochet, since they are dropping. Where's Doomerang? Doomerang is going to play Spotify. Am I seriously banning for a 4th time? Can I please get to pick a map? Oh my god. I'm about to crash out here. This is absolutely ridiculous. My opponent is just getting to constantly counterpick me on favorable maps, pretty much. I mean, I'm sure that's been part of the problem, but it's not the majority. I've been a little slow on my micro. I don't get enough opportunities to play consistently right now, and it's showing a decent amount, I would say. Okay, we're gonna play Geyser Bluff. Okay. Let's go join the lobby. Here's where it sits right now. We've actually got good odds if we win this game of maybe sneaking into top 4. We could get in over somebody like Danikin. Danikin's only got the 6 points. We do have 7, so as long as we get 2 wins from our past opponents, then we will be in a really good spot. Alright. Dark Age Rush has been winning, too, which is nice to see. And, you know, Zesty is up here undefeated right now. Love to see them close it out. Maybe Pont can get a win this game. There we go. Just making sure it's nice and centered for y'all. Okay. How the hell do you beat Chaos Dowie? This guy definitely bum of the year material if we throw him in here, I think. Maybe this is the matchup where we bring it. Okay, let's do that. It's one place to start off for sure. Alright, let's get one of you guys. I think we actually do want to pay the premium on him. Probably not. Could go for one of those. It would be kind of funny just to see them putting in work potentially. Let's get rid of that actually. Odds are pretty good. We get outshot early. We need to be very careful about our engagements in this game. Definitely don't want to go too hard into our opponent here. Turn will 100% punish us for making really silly mistakes. It's too many. One of these guys, and one of these to start out. Let's flip this around a little bit. Sweet, 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 sweet. Is this the build? These are the goods. Really, I'm off by that much? Oh, that's so annoying. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That unit should suffice for the purposes that I need it for. Yeah. Alright. Flip y'all back over. We will see how this goes. I am a little worried. Turn is obviously a really good player. Things have been a little tough for me today. It's not gone super smoothly. Thank you. You need to be really careful of Burning Head. I mean, if he doesn't bring it, then I don't know what Turn's up to. I think it'd be a massive mistake to not prioritize Burning Head as the spell of choice. It is possible he didn't bring it. We're going to keep our boy in the forest here. We can rotate around if need be. And go up to just grab these quickly. So we got a Death Prophet, Spirit Leech, a Dreadquake Mortar. Holy crap, okay. We actually might be able to sneak up to steal that Dreadquake Mortar's life essence. Just trying to dodge a little. So, a few casualties in the early skirmish game, that's fine. We're just trying to deny Turin the cap. We're going to rotate over. We got our Unger Raiders in range now. They should be able to throw down some decent fire here. We need to get our dude away. Alright, that Jar Quick Mortar shot missed. Let's try and keep our spacing good. Let's keep getting these guys on the points. We've got Infernal Ironsworn with their big meaty shields and claws. I have no idea where this shot is going. Okay, that's a pretty good shot. We got out of the way of it a little bit. Still, it hurt. Could have been a lot worse, though. We're just going to keep an eye on those and dodge them as best we can. Don't want to be letting myself get obliterated by them. We're going to get our Razorgore Chariot out next. Yeah. Okay. A little more damage. A little more poke. Just keep baiting our opponent here. He's going to go for this back objective, which is okay. That hurts. Oh, that hurts super bad.
Woeful tidings. The enemy has captured one of your victory points. Take it back.
Don't really have a way to do anything about it right now. Where is it? Okay, it's right there. I'm gonna actually start dodging this nonsense. We need to pull this guy out before he gets leeched to death. Let's just get our back point secured again, and we'll bring up Centaurs? Yeah, Centaurs. Okay, nice. With back. Let's go hide in the trees for a minute. We're actually gonna complete the flank here, which is gonna be really hilarious. I really don't know if it's gonna end up paying off for me, but it'd be pretty hilarious if that thing actually got back there and killed some stuff. That was an insanely accurate shot. Oh my god, please get out. The fire glaives, they're back there. That's okay. Actually got on top of it. Woohoo! Hell yeah. Let's get some of these guys in. Let's turn around and attack these fellas too. It's a really nice Buna. I hate it. Thank you very much. Alright, let's just occupy these guys for a moment, and then we're gonna get the frick out of here, and we're gonna drop a overcast traderkin on all of this stuff here. And apparently we just impacted off of the Infernal Ironsworn and did no damage. So that's really fun. We kill it. We just got a bunch of shenanigans going on back there. Alright, can you actually escape, buddy? I'd really appreciate that. It'd be amazing. Really don't need my lord dying here. We actually got away, which is ridiculously huge. We still can't do any damage to the Infernal Fire Sworn or Infernal Iron Sworn. my opponent has finally parried me back there fully. Like, not gonna be able to get back in there anytime soon. But I think we're gonna overwhelm this Infernal Ironsworn in a moment here. And we got another center. Why do my units keep dropping frickin' orders, man? It's so annoying. I just want to charge the enemies that I want to attack. If you would be so kind, game. Please let me kill the enemy. I don't know why my units just keep waggling into everything without actually doing any damage. Is he going to kill his own stuff? He actually kind of does nuke his own Infernal Ironsworn here a bit. Okay. Let's charge these guys down. Alright, we're going to maneuver over to the number 3. We need to unblob here before we get totally deleted by one shot. And we actually dodged it. Huge. Super huge. So, Turin is just going, like, full Iron Demon Unga Bunga, which is kind of scary. Kind of scary. Don't love that. Let's catch this guy here. Let's get our Gorble to attack. Oh, a net of some kind? What the hell is going on here? Let's get out of there. Should be able to skirt this fight effectively and kill our enemy's lord, maybe? Another shot whiffs. Okay, let's get away here. Start with the Traderkin summons and spams and whatnots. We need to get our guy the hell out of here. We're gonna do our other Gorble and summon all this stuff, and let's see what we can do about collapsing on some of these isolated units. Because I just need stuff to kill these frickin' trains. I mean, they're so irritating and super annoying. I don't want to be losing all my stuff. Yeah. Ooh. Catch all these guys. Let's go over here. Come on, buddy. Just keep running. Let's dodge under and get some dudes over to try and help out. Turin is losing track a little bit. We're actually killing a whole bunch of stuff over here. We stay disengaged. Our opponent did unsummon their big thing. I'm gonna go run over some of these guys. Alright, well, our lord just died to Spirit Leech, which is really painful. We do have a small value lead. I actually think we're still in a dominant winning position here. Because my opponent took ages to kill my lord. I could bring my lord back in. Potentially. Is that going to work? I have no idea. I'm a little skeptical of the potential for it working. So yeah, we need to kill these Bull Centaur renders immediately. They are by far the biggest threat. Ouch. My Razor Gore Chariot got caught. Amazing. Oh my god, the Iron Demons, dude. Such a crazy unit. You're causing so many problems, I can't handle them. I think they might end up being the death of me, quite truthfully, because the current pace of combats, don't love it. Don't love it. It's going to be razor close, guys. I mean, we're neck and neck on points currently. If my Gorbals can stay alive, and we can keep wearing out all of the infantry, still putting a beat down on those damned iron demons, then we'll be okay. We will be okay. Because we're gonna go kill these Dowie warriors now. We're gonna cycle charge them until they just die utterly and completely. I think Turin is saving up for like some kind of big heavy hitter. That seems to be the idea. I do think I need a Bray Shaman back in. The Bray Shaman is going to come in and drop Traderkins and kill my opponent's army somehow. Maybe. Potentially. And we've got a very healthy Synagore running off the field because some Bull Centaurs are chasing him, which is not great. Let's get in there. Come on, buddy. This is where dreams stop being memes and we maybe win the game. I'm not 100% sure how that happens, but that's what we're going to be trying to do. Okay, we got a good disengage here. We're going to actually charge those guys. We're going to send our Zangors over there. Oh, and these Synagores rallying here is massive. Alright, whatever kills and damage we can get in here is just gonna have to work for us. Because we need to hold up our opponent real bad here. Because they're kind of all over us currently. Alright, they have to pull back. That's great. We've got very tattered stuff over here holding on, but I think it's gonna be good enough. Get these minos the hell out of here. If they could please just walk the fuck away. Let's get some rear charges in here. We're gonna do our best to kill our opponent's infantry. That's what we're committing to here. I think with these surrounds we can actually manage it here. Just by hammering repeatedly, I think we might be in a good spot, finally. Let's get out of here. Let's go charge these crappos. Oh my god, this game is so crazy! Please! I need the win. I'm begging. Come on, buddy, get out of there. Oh, he's got an Infernal Guard coming in. Uh-oh. I don't love that. I would love to be able to interact with my opponent's army, which I just cannot do. I've not been able to do hardly any of that because these frickin' chariots, the Iron Demons of Fire, they've just been bullying me all frickin' game. They are, like, functionally invincible seeming. Dude. Come on. can't stop them. And my Minotaurs have been absolutely abysmal this game. They have not held up their end of the bargain at all. I think that's going to lose the momentum for me. Okay. See that we're stuck here. Literally can't do anything. We've had some unfortunate business going on here. Oh my god, dude, these chariots. I'm at my wit's end with the chariots, dude. I mean, the iron demons, I should say. They have been hellish. They have simply fully beaten me, utterly and completely this game. I think we win by like 1 frickin' point here if we hang on to our back objective. Which I don't really see happening. It would be, honestly, kind of an exceptional victory if we are able to not lose here. Please! Oh, I need to save for a Synagore. 100%. Synagore wins me the game. Anything else right now is going to lose it for me. Because I just need a unit that can literally go and run down some of these infantry and stall them out. Oh, and we killed our opponent's lord? No frickin' way, dude. The late game Razorgore chariots, obviously getting something done here. Absolutely buffoonish. That's like me and Turin's constant state in our matchups. Is frickin' scraps down to the absolute limit of what is doable in this game. I wish the Blackhorn's Ravagers had been able to kill that Dreadquake. I should have sent something back there sooner to help out. I think that there was a chance that they could actually kill it. But I needed more. I needed like one other unit that could get back there with them. Minotaurs are useless. I never summoned the spawn. The Razorgore herd fully carried me that game. 100%. They saved my ass. If they had not come in at the end of that game and just killed all of my opponent's stuff, rushing to my back objective, nah. Iron Demons casually shrugging off and killing a full surround is absolutely normal. Don't worry about it. Do not fret in any way whatsoever. It's a totally balanced unit. There's nothing wrong with the shenanigans that it can throw out. Seemingly like candy, I mean, I swear, dude. The Iron Demon just distributes a lack of respect at will. No! Oh, I'm just outside the top 4. Oh, that's heartbreaking, honestly. It's a really clean top 4, too, so I don't think I can, in good conscience, do a 5th round. Because I was going to do a 5th round if we had a bunch of tiebreakers, and we don't have any, so rip. Alright, and... the only unit you've ever felt a vindictive desire to nerf. I mean, it wouldn't be bad, truth be told. The Iron Demons have been meta for so long. Let's, like, if you're gonna nerf Skull Cannons into the ground when they're honestly not nearly as abusive as Iron Demons are, can we, I don't know, get a little bit of respect? And have the Iron Demons not be so brutally insane when it comes to the mass. That's the big problem. The mass on the Iron Demons makes them unstoppable. You cannot lock them in place effectively. They kind of just shrug their shoulders and walk away and then go, you know, literally munch another like 5 infantry units before going down. Let's make our lobby and go get Daniken. Danny is here, or will be in a second. And we need Umami Enjoyer, who is Pandameister. Wrong with my top 4. How is it cooked? Oh my god. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, no. Okay. Okay, well, who the hell gets into the top 4 then? Umami Enjoyer did not get 3 wins. Only had 2. Okay, well, what the hell? Damn, okay, so what, I get in? I'm so confused. Why is Total Tavern like this sometimes? Give me a minute, guys. I'm so sorry for the confusion. This is like the nightmare scenario. Is a mistake slips through the cracks, and then you're scrambling to try and pick up the pieces afterwards. So Winterwind got the victory in round 3, so that's right. So I think I'm just gonna play Daniken, I guess. Holy crap. Alright, I guess I'm gonna be playing Daniken then. Because it's, I'm the next one up on the board here. It's so bizarre. I don't know why the hell this setup is like this. Why'd you fail to host a game? Silly peer-to-peer. Okay. We finally got this sorted out. So we got Road to Talabheim, Valley of Lies, and Decrepit Moor. I doubled Talabheim and Decrepit Moor up already. Whatever, they're fine. They're good maps. Am I gonna be top of the bracket? Need to adjust this too, so it displays right. I honestly did not expect to get into the top 4. This feels a little bit like a fluke, honestly. I'm not super optimistic for my odds against Daniken. I have a feeling that they are going to absolutely blast me into another dimension. Wait, okay, oh my god, did Winterwind actually win 4 freaking games? What is going on with this? One, two, three. What? Okay, never mind. I'm not playing in the top 4. We actually need Winterwind to come in here. Okay. This is absolutely baffling and bizarre. Okay, let's try this one more time. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. So it's not Pandameister, it's going to be Winterwind who's going to be getting in here. Holy crap. Alright, I think we finally got everybody's points right. I'm literally going cross-eyed. I feel it, you know. I'm experiencing fatal G-forces upon my body right now. That's what the sensation is like. So all of this happened because one score got reported wrong, and even though I fixed it, it did not actually fix the Swiss points. Which sounds about right. A shared Excel spreadsheet. Actually, that doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. I seriously did curse myself when I said a clear top 4. It is still a clear top 4, though. That's the thing. It's just that the points are all over the freaking place, and nothing is what it seems to be. You know, that classic conundrum. You think you know, but you don't know. You're actually a total fool lost in the wilderness. Alright, I'll just adjust this freaking bracket later, I guess. Can I do it now? Okay, oh my god, here we go. Oh, hell yes, dude. Dark Elves and Demons of Chaos. That is so sick. Don't have a backup point guy. We have Broccoli Fangirl here, who has saved my ass, honestly. She spotted the issue immediately and has been super helpful, so huge shout out to her for keeping this tournament from just completely falling the fuck apart, because I swear to God, we would be halfway into a game by now if she hadn't have caught the mistake. Decrepit Moor, hell yes, dude. Alright, I mean, this is a really good map for both factions. I mean, demons are actually really strong at kite. They have some obscenely powerful units that facilitate very easy value trades in that department. And the Dark Elves have a lot of the same things, but don't have a lot of magic damage that's going to effectively deal with the demons. They do still have plenty of missiles. I don't know how well that's going to work against the Demons of Chaos, though, right? I mean, Scourge Hunter Chariots actually do have some fairly notable weaknesses in that they are fairly long range and they hit really hard, but they're very flimsy, and under any kind of sustained missile fire, they get chipped down pretty badly. If the demons are able to get a couple of shots off on some of the Scourge Runners and wreck them early, then the Dark Elves are going to get absolutely railroaded off of the points, because their infantry are not going to do too hot against the demonic hordes. Alright, I'm gonna ready up. Whenever they're good to go, we'll just jump into it, and then we'll probably have the other side of brackets sorted out by that time, because Zesty and Anticity got in a lot cleaner on points than the 4th place person, which is why there was all this confusion and shenanigans. Let's actually take a moment and breathe for a second. Finally. Just observe the current win rates. Ogre Kingdom's kind of dominating right now. I mean, this is honestly to be expected. You balance out Slanesh, and then there's the other faction that has some wildly unbalanced stuff on it. But you can see there are factions that play really well into the Ogre Kingdoms. It's just that they have matchups that they are clearly pretty dominant in. I mean, 75% is pretty gruesome. But below that, you got Norska. Not that many games played on Norska. Probably a lot of Boss Toss, who's come back, and a handful of other people who play them semi-regularly. They just don't. These two factions don't have that many games on them. But here you finally get to like Wood Elves, Dark Elves. Lots of games on them. Pretty good sample pool. Chaos Demons pretty limited, but they've been performing pretty well, and they're dominating the Dark Elf matchup. 8-2 against the Dark Elves is nasty business. That's honestly about what I would expect. I'm a little worried for Daniken here. I just don't know what Dark Elves do to the Demons. There's just too many counter units that Demons can bring now, and since Pavane is balanced and Seekers got balanced, those will be on the table, and even with the nerfs, both of those, that spell, as well as that unit, are still super strong. Just a little bit less ridiculous than it once was. You can see the spread on the win rates is fairly close. Again, kind of like last season, there's really only one faction that is like truly struggling, and that's the Skaven. They're doing quite poorly, unfortunately. But everything else is above 40%, which is a really good sign for the state of the game, honestly. You know, Korn is down here, losing some matchups, not doing too hot. But, I mean, honestly, against Dark Elves, 9-15 could be a lot worse. Wood Elves, I'm honestly a little surprised by at 5-12. Hey, I mean, I'm sure that's from like Charix just clowning on people. Decrepit Moor really is low-key one of the best maps. It's so solid. It's got a little bit of everything. You've got some terrain you can play out of. You got shot blockers. You don't just get pinned up into the back of the map over and over again. If you play your cards right, you've always got some kind of option for being able to flood back out onto the field and get to the points and value trade a little bit. And you can overwhelm your opponent's forest line if you get enough units just rushing back up in there, and you can control the tree line that your opponent's trying to pull units out of. You can hold up in there with a handful of units and just play whack-a-mole with whatever comes out of reserve. It's pretty strong, and the Demons having Seekers is going to be really nice for that, because Seekers have a Strider. They can just go wherever they want to, if they want to. Look at this builds, dude. Okay, so we got Death Sorceress. On a dragon? No, not on a dragon, on a Manticore or on horseback or something. Yeah, a little bit of infantry for the Dark Elves, nothing crazy, just bleak swords and the like. Gonna be trying to get up on the points and scrap a little bit. A lot of Plague Bearers coming in. Very, very tanky unit. Gonna get filled with arrows, though, by these Black Ark Corsairs. These guys are going to be able to poke those Plague Bearers down pretty fast. But it's still going to be a little scary, because While the Black Orc Corsairs do have good damage output against something like a Plague Bearer, which doesn't have a lot of armor, you still got Physres, which is going to be, you know, stopping up a lot of that damage, and then you're just going to be getting through 11,000 HP. No biggie, it's only a lot. Scourge Runners can help charge those guys down. We got one Bolt Thrower. Oh, we are on the Dragon. Holy crap, okay. So, Death Sorceress on the Dragon. That's a very big investment against Demons of Chaos. I guess it could work out. I'm a little worried about what the Soul Grinder of Tzeentch is going to do, though. The Soul Grinder of Tzeentch will be able to counterfire not only the Death Sorceress, but also put a lot of damage down on the Scourge Runners if it can land its shots. And the Hellforged Bellowers will easily annihilate the Black Ark Corsairs here. Winterwind, I would say, right out the gate, just based on builds, has the upper hand. We do get a whiff here from the Soul Grinder, missing horrendously against the Scourge Runner Chariots, firing way over their heads. And the Exalted Lord of Change is going to be pulling back. Hellforged Bellowers being buffered away by the Reaper Bolt Thrower, which is fine, and really nice shots going in on the Furies. Look at the Furies being mashed up right now by these Scourge Runner Chariots, getting some very effective damage down. This one does get hit again by the Soul Grinder. Soul Grinder actually landing in some good shots now. We get a final transmutation, an overcasted one if I'm not mistaken. Taking a lot of HP off of those Scourgies. More shots coming in. Quite a few misses from this thing. It's been a little bit too inaccurate for my liking. Oh, the Hellforged Bellowers gets a beautiful shot on the Black Ark Cruisers. 18 models die. A lot of HP damage on the remaining ones because of the Vortex. It did get nerfed. Still reasonably strong, though. I mean, it's on 5 projectiles, so at the very least, you're getting a good coverage spread on the units. More shots incoming. Another bunch of models dropping here. We're getting a lot of punishment on this Exalted Lord of Change right now, taking a pounding. Down to 6,500 HP, got another Spirit Leech going in. You got the Reaper Bolt Throwers opening up on the Soul Grinder. Doing pretty effective work, and the Scourge Runners just macerate that poor Plague Bearer in the open field. They are taking quite a bit of damage. It's important not to let Scourge Runners use all their ammo, run over some stuff, and then get unsummoned for a big refund. Winterwind has done a good enough job so far, I would say, of keeping the value fairly close. And the Hellforged Bellowers is honestly probably going to continue to rack up a pretty nice chunk of change here. Soul Grinder taking some more Bolt Thrower shots. More shots coming in. Really good dodging from Daniken. Get another final transmutation going down on one of the Scourge Runners. Getting very low. Just controlling those guys is paying off a little bit here. But you do need to kill the models, man. I mean, the Scourge Runners have gotten not that much value, all things considered, from their ammunition so far. But it is not looking terrible for them. Especially if they can keep 4 models and get a little bit more out of running over Plague Bearers. We could be seeing the Dark Elves walking away with some good value here. Scourge Runner getting hit again. Down to 3 models, barely hanging on. Chaos Furies engaging against the Crows of Cain, Corn Fury specifically. I do think that, yeah, they're going to win this. There's another Fury following that up. Pretty good damage. You get the Portal Glyph summon, and the Plague Bearer is engaging against the Bleak Swords in the front line. That's going to be a brutal situation for the Dark Elves. They simply cannot afford engagements like that. They're going to get shredded, and that Hellforged Bellowers is just pounding the handbows. I mean, it's gotten 1,100 value pretty much just from shooting those infantry units. You get Corn Furies and Fiends on top of the Cold One Knights. Scourge Runners in on the back of this fight doing a little bit of damage, but you do get one of the Scourge Runners taking some damage from the ammunition from the Soul Grinder. Good shots going down, more damage on the Black Arcs. Furies crumble out, and does leave the Fiends in a 2v1 here. They are surrounded, and their leadership is getting really low, barely hanging on. 27 models on these Cold One Knights. Not a lot of value out of them. The Fiends doing not much better, though. Only 400 on the Fiends. But the Plague Bearers have broken through the front line for the most part. I can't see the Bleak Swords winning out on either of these two fronts. Winterwind is down, though. This game is not over by any means. The Scourge Runners going offline is very painful. But you do still have a win here with the Cold One Knights finishing off the Fiends. Beautiful shot coming in there from the Soul Grinder of Tzeentch. 1,300 value on it. Fleshhounds waiting in the wings should get the charge here if you want to win that fight. Plague Bear's not really going to be able to stuff up the momentum there. Corsairs getting terror routed, brutal loss. But you do have a really nice concave here for the Dark Elves. This actually might not be bad for the Dark Elves. They do seem to have a little bit of a leg up in the infantry fights now, with the Blackrock Corsairs no longer under fire from the Hellforge Bellowers. You do see the Plague Bearers being worn out. It is a win for the Demons on this point. The Demons do get control of the number one. A Searing Doom goes down. Unfortunately, not hitting the Cold One Knights. Oh, and a beautiful smackdown coming in from the Supreme Sorceress, who's very healthy, just pummels the Exalted Lord of Change there. Oh, the beautiful attack. Fleshhounds and Fiends looking for engagement, struggling to find the right kinds of situations for themselves. Hellforge Bellowers with another really good shot, 1,700 value on it. Fleshhounds getting a clean charge off on those Dark Riders, dragging them down, but Daniken is continuing to pull a value lead here. A lot of that is coming from these bolt throwers. 900 here. How much does the other one have? 700. Not doing bad at all. Nice final transmutation. Not overcast or anything. Oh my god, and the Fiends being melted. What is doing the damage here? Cold One Knight seriously scrapping that well against them. Oh, and Doom and Darkness breaking the leadership on the Fiends. That's a massive loss. The Fiends not being able to stay out on the field when they're engaging against this 1,000 gold cavalry, I think might be what gets Daniken the victory here. It's razor close, though. I mean, if all that needs to happen for Daniken to fall apart here is for the Furies to kill both the Reaper Bolt Throwers, and for there not to be any way to kill the Hellforge Bellowers. I mean, the Bellowers can clear pretty much all of the infantry on the field still. It's a very scary unit. I mean, it just will fight all freaking day and does not give up for anything. One dead Reaper Bolt Thrower. Furies trying to finish off the other. Bleak Swords hanging in, doing their best. Exalted Lord of Change hanging in with 800 HP right now. Could break at any moment. We got more Fiends coming in, but nothing to back that up, really. Hellforge Bellowers is still causing some problems. Fleshhounds and Plague Bearers engaged on what little infantry remains. Neither side has supplies here. I think this Fiend summon, if he can get over and support the Hellforge Bellowers, maybe that'll be good enough. And the Exalted Lord of Change is actually escaping right now. That is a big problem. If this Lord of Change is able to just run away and survive, and then the demons can bring out maybe like I mean, a Plague Bearer works. Plague Bearer actually works really nicely currently because Daniken's saving up for Cold Ones. The Cold One Knights need to come in and find a way to kill the Fiends. If that doesn't happen, then the Bleak Swords are going to be farmed for every last little bit of value that the demons can squeeze out of them. Now, the Dark Elves do have a hold on the 2 and the number 1 right now. Starting to rack it up. It could get into triple cap territory in, what, like another 2 minutes, I think, and the demons will be in a really bad spot. Really, really nice engagement here for the Dark Elves. You got the Crows of Cain, the Cold One Knights, and you get the Dark Riders collapsing, and the Fiends are not getting out of here. They're fully trapped, and the Exalted Lord of Change gets hit by the Spirit Leech, And it is going to be going down here, for sure. Oh my god, barely hanging on. 160 HP and its leadership hasn't broken yet? You gotta be kidding me. Finally goes down. It's going to be a big leadership penalty for the Fiends, who are totally surrounded here. Their leadership hanging on by a thread right now. Fury's desperately trying to help break the stalemate here. I think losing the Lord, though, is going to be too much for the Demons. Hellforge Bellowers put in a lot of work, but we've seen a lot of inefficient trades from the other mobility pieces. I don't know why you opt for Fiends as opposed to Seekers. I mean, are Seekers really that good against the Dark Elves? I would have figured that as fast and as strong as Fiends can be, I would have thought you'd want Seekers for 300 gold less. I've got to give it up to Daniken here for the patience and the resilience. Just continuing to scrap in here and is not giving any room for the demons to breathe right now. Like a stranglehold on these two outside objectives. The home point for Winterwind barely being held onto right now. And the Fleshhounds, I mean, they're going to wreck a Dark Rider, sure, but against the Cold One Knights, they're not going to be able to do much of anything. Way too much armor here for the Cold One Knights. Slaanesh Furies getting a rear charge could open up that opportunity, though. We do have the Plague Bearers scrapping. They will be a very difficult unit to finish off here. Even with the leadership being debuffed, scrapping in against Dark Riders, Crows of Cain, you've got the Cold One Knights, and you got Bleak Swords in here. All of them doing as much damage as they possibly can to get rid of these sticky infantry. Beautiful charge from the Slaanesh Furies, wasting it into the Cold One Knights, who are just taking a stupendous amount of damage right here from these very specialized Furies. Usually you don't see Slaanesh Furies too often. Oftentimes they tend to be the most inefficient variant for the demons. They do end up crumbling out here. Their leadership just falls apart all in one fell swoop. And the Chaos Furies of Khorne may not get here before the Hellforge Bellowers dies. 309 kills in this thing, 2,600 value. Supreme Sorceress with another Spirit Leech, 3,200 value on her. Crows of Cain refusing to go down, but finally being taken out by the Khorne Furies. Fleshhounds collapsing onto the back of the Cold One Knights. And Winterwind was doing okay, but the Plague Bearers dropped. There just wasn't enough available for the Demons to get a triple cap in the late game there. And Daniken's going to be walking away with a win in a awful matchup. I mean, one that was, what, 20% win rate for the Dark Elves? I'm going to be raising that up a little bit here. That Deathcaster was awesome. We saw a couple of really good Doom and Darknesses. The Spirit Leeches were on point. I mean, Winter had no room to breathe with the single entities. I mean, Exalted Lord of Change was getting nailed every time the shield went down. Same with the Soul Grinder of Tzeentch. A really clutch Spirit Leech finished off the Hellforge Bellowers in the late game. And the other problem for Winter was the Fiends. They just weren't that strong. And we saw no Blazing Squealers, we saw no Bloodletters, Nurglings didn't come out either. And the Plague Bearers were okay, but they eventually got worn down by those handbows. While the Hellforge Bellowers was able to throw down a lot of hate towards all of those guys, the handbows did get their value back pretty much across the board. I mean, 629's a little inefficient, but not by much. Damn impressive play. Alright, it looks like it's going to be Anticity. Waiting in the wings here for Daniken. I don't know if these guys have played before. I wouldn't be too surprised, though. I mean, they're perpetual powerhouses. Fiends feel like a letdown of a unit when they don't have the crazy support the Slaneshi rampages and nets give them. That's true. That's fair. Pavane's nerf is honestly very well balanced. I did not want to join like that. I just want to spectate. That's okay. There we go. Anyways. The Pavane... yeah, no, I'm not playing. The Pavane changes, I honestly do really enjoy. It hasn't nerfed the spell into irrelevance, but it definitely has taken the edge off of it being just massively over-tuned. It doing damage and rampaging at the same time was way too much. Ostensibly, what it got was a small buff in terms of the damage dealt, and then still having a long rampage. But just the fact that you have 10 seconds to get whatever unit that got hit by Pavane out of combat and away from the pressure that might be coming in on it is huge. It does not guarantee a kill like it did anymore. You've still got to deal with Fascination from Slanesh, but just because your opponent can't get crazy advantaged engagements right off the bat, you're seeing Slanesh drop from like well over 60% win rate down to about 50%, right? What is it at now? 51%. So Slanesh is looking like it's in a much better spot. And the Chaos Demons have some of the same stuff, obviously. They've got Seekers, they've got access to the Rampage, but they have a much more diverse roster, so you don't see it all the time like you do for the Slanesh meta, like it was last season, where you just saw, you know, an Exalted Keeper or Azazel with Pavane, and they just spammed that all game and just deleted units whenever they felt like it, because you had no real counterplay around it. Anticity and I have played, what, 4 or 5 times? And I think he's either got 4 wins against me. I know I've beaten him twice. He's either got 4 wins against me or 3. I think it's 4. I know I can beat Anticity, but it's hard. Anticity is so good at the game. Just is absolutely relentless with the micro from wire to wire, and very rarely makes mistakes, you know? That's usually my ticket to success, is punishing a positional mistake and then capitalizing on that from there. You can't really do that with Anticity. Anticity game plans around potential losses really well, and doesn't allow you to get any kind of early advantage, usually. I don't think I've ever seen Anticity lose a game in the first couple minutes. I definitely have. I've definitely fumbled games very early before. I would say Anticity would have a pretty good leg up on me. He's playing Grand Cathay here. I don't know where all this Grand Cathay love came from, but it's welcome. It's definitely interesting. Into the Dark Elves, I don't know how effectively Cathay is going to be able to scrap. But knowing Ent, there's something in the back pocket here that's going to be really nasty for Daniken to run into. I think Daniken and Anticity are just talking right now. I am going to dip out for just a second, and I'll be right back. So, see you in a sec, guys. wow, look at that. Literally right as I sit down to get back to it, Danny shows up. Synchronicity on the timing, surely. Alright, Anticity's ready to go. Alright, hell yeah. I assume Daniken's gonna have a game plan already. I'd be really surprised if Danny is unprepared for facing Anticity. Okay, alright, I stand corrected. Anticity has lost games in the opening minutes. Lobbing a Keeper of Secrets into a Pact of Crypt Horrors. That's incredible. That's a tried and true method of throwing for sure. I don't know how you haven't heard of Anticity before, Spotify. I mean, go check out Anticity's channel. Anticity is really a cool guy. Like, really, really fun. Very, very knowledgeable about the game. And is also super nice. And his streams are always worth checking out, because you'll learn some really cool stuff from watching him. He'll give you some ins and outs that you didn't know about. We are going to be facing off on Twilight Forest here, which is one of my personal favorite maps. It may not be the best map when it comes to competitive play, just because it is a little funky in parts, but it looks cool as hell, and it does have a pretty good like flow, in my opinion. Oh, fair enough. I like the Blood Speakers. I really do. I wouldn't have thought that Anticity would spend a whole bunch of time messing around with them. I mean, I don't know. I guess I should amend that statement, because Anticity totally does play some pretty off-meta stuff. We literally just talked about it. The Blood Speaker, the only reason that the Blood Speaker is expensive is because he has a million abilities, and all of them are overcosted. I've tried to make the Blood Speaker work so many times with his buffs, and he does not do anything. It's really unfortunate. The heal is like the only good thing about the Blood Speaker currently. He needs to be like a good 300 gold cheaper, in my opinion, because you lose a lot of initiative by not having a good combat character as your lord when you're playing Khorne, in my opinion. You need Valkia or you need Skulltaker really desperately, because a lot of Khorne's really strong tools have been nerfed the last few patches. And Skull Cannons in particular being nerfed pretty hard is just brutal, because Khorne loses so hard to kite already. The Skull Cannons getting even further reduction on their vortex damage, on top of their missile not penetrating through missile cav like they used to anymore, makes them kind of bad nowadays. So we've got double Great Moonbird and a frickin' Sky Junk, okay, with the Celestial General and Alchemist, and then of course no infantry, just 4 Peasant Horsemen to grab points. Alright. That's certainly a build. I would love to see how Daniken is going to defend against this. I mean, the Bolt Throwers theoretically could be strong against the Sky Junk, but I'm a little afraid that the Great Moonbirds are just going to fly back here and just bully the Bolt Thrower crews off of the artillery pieces in the opening minutes. And you can just maneuver around all of this infantry. Daniken probably is going to want to make a defensive formation on like the high ground area and try to control the number 3, and then also get up on the get on the number 2 and then the number 3 at some point. I think Moonbird's trying to land on the K9 Assassins. Assassin's putting some moves on this thing right now. And the little crossbows, they hit so freaking hard. I had no idea until I think it was actually Daniken who played me. I was on High Elves, and I was shocked at how quickly Teclis got shot down by these Assassins. It's really cool to see them becoming more prevalent. Supreme Sorceress in a really bad spot right now. She's on horseback, so very low mass, and honestly, pretty quick, but any kind of interruption on, like, a stagger hitting her is going to allow the Moonbirds to just chunk her HP with this weapon strength. I mean, these little birds may not have amazing AP values, but their base weapon strength is going to munch through 40 armor. Absolutely no problems there. She's very lucky to escape. Daniken keeping her alive. It's gonna do some nice things for the Dark Elves. Anticity's whiffing on these Moonbird flares a little bit right now. And the Sky Junk is getting hit by the bolt throwers. I don't know what the Melkoths, I guess, is gonna hit the Peasant Horsemen or Crane Gunners. I guess you could overcast it on them. It does do pretty effective damage to units of that caliber. Beautiful bombing runs coming in here from Anticity. Responding Melkoth's going to be taking the Empress's Crowmen down pretty low. They might even crumble out. I got 2 more seconds, and their leadership is wavering really badly. But 2 very dead Black Ark Corsairs. This one's going to get chased off 100% by these Moonbirds. There's no reason to stop the pursuit here. There's no peel, like no cavalry that could threaten the Moonbirds if they stay on the ground. So they'll escort those guys to the edge of the map. These Black Ark Corsairs rally, but they're brutalized right now. And a beautiful shot, or a beautiful volley, I guess you would call it, from the Crane Gunners. Taking the Bloodart Medusa down 1,300 HP in one fell swoop, man. Corsairs don't need to do a whole lot right now. The Sky Junk is not taking much damage. What are the Bolt Throwers doing right now? Oh, they're trying to kill the Crane Gunners. Okay. Not a very efficient spread on the shots there. And a beautiful overcast final transmutation to punish the K9 Assassins. This is where Anticity might start to jump out in front. Cavalry Micro, one of the Peasant Horsemen does get caught by Dark Riders. I just follow up right there and take the freebie. Chasing these guys into the backfield is fine, but get value where you can find it when it's offered. It does look like Daniken's going to jump in there, getting some really good time on target against those guys. Another good Moon Flare. These last couple have really been hitting. Not a tremendous amount of value on them. 500 in the middle stages of the game after they've been taking a little bit of poke here. I think it's okay, though. It's staying really even right now. Peasant Horseman going down finally. Another Peasant Horseman almost gets on top of the Bolt Throwers. Daniken, though, with the Dark Riders at the perfect moment, intercepting the progress of those peasants. And the Cold One Knight's going to be scaring away the Great Moonbirds. I expected the dive to come in a little sooner from Anticity. Still gets pretty decent results, though. One Bolt Thrower dies, like the actual model. The artillery piece is gone. And beats up the crew pretty badly. They'll probably not be able to survive any future attempts. Dark Riders coming in. Peasant Horseman being escorted off. Another cap weight loss for Anticity here. Is kind of being pushed off all the points, too. The Dark Elves are doing a pretty good job of securing the objectives now, but we finally get some Grand Cannons coming in. At the cost of the Crane Gunners. I know Anticity loves these guys, but the Bolt Throwers have been very effective at shooting them down so far. Way more effective against the Crane Gunners than the Sky Junk so far. Maybe now that they can focus their attention back on these things, they'll be able to get some damage in, though. Cold One Knight's not getting the full surround on the Great Moonbird here. Kind of a missed opportunity. I can't really blame Daniken, though, because of how many threats have to be juggled with not the fastest formation currently. I mean, you got these infantry doing a lot of buffering right now from the front. And Anticity, with just the no infantry commitment, has all this mobility that can constantly threaten, but Daniken's finally getting out enough Cold One Knights to maybe even make this an impossibility now for Anticity. It's been just very steady value like juggling and threat assessment over and over again. Another beautiful Moon Flare, but the Cold One Knights will survive with about half of their HP. That'll be enough for them to get a trap, potentially. Then could finish off one of these Moonbirds soon. They're both down to less than half health, and you get a really nice volley. From what? Hitting this thing? What the hell hit it? Oh, the K9 Assassins chasing after it probably poked it down. Dark Riders running for their lives. One Peasant Horseman almost catching them. Honestly, you can just take this fight now. Anticity's other Caver, a little out of position there. Bloodrack Medusa looking to fire in. It can pierce through these guys decently well. It looks like she might be going for the Jade Lancers instead. Cold One Knight's going to be up here in time to buffer for her. Danny with really good micro pushes. Like, honestly been very good about protecting the Supreme Sorceress as well. Maybe even using her as bait there. That would be pretty next level. I'm not 100% sure if that was the intent, but the results are the same here. Moonbird taking some horrific damage while it's trapped on the ground with these guys, and a pretty decent dodge on the Searing Doom. Alchemist with about 1,000 value, but you'd love to see a lot more out of that, especially with it being metal magic. I mean, metal magic is by far probably the most efficient and consistent lore of magic in the game. This is going to be so painful. Wait, what happened? Oh my god, I think popped the Alchemist Elixir or something and canceled the cast. That was a final transmutation for sure. I don't know what happened there to cancel it, though. That's a big missed opportunity as well. That was both K9 Assassins and the Supreme Sorceress. If it was Overcast, it probably would have killed all three. The leadership problems might have given Anticity away back onto the points, but not going to be seeing that right now. Medusa taking some hits from the cannon. Cannon about at 800. Paid for itself roughly. But for all of the investment that artillery means in terms of having to sit back and play passively for portions of the game, I don't know if that's going to be good enough value, because you're getting into triple cap range, right? I mean, Danny has it currently. Points are really starting to slip away from Anticity a bit here. And the development of threats in terms of cavalry and then any kind of holding power with infantry has just never really come to fruition. The value trading at range has been fairly even. I mean, you got the Skyjunk finally going down to the bolt throwers. You killed a crane gunner. The cannon's doing all right, but is it having enough of an impact to get Anticity back into this game is the big question. You see a massive commitment on all fronts here. Empress Chroma with a nice bombing run. A lot of damage going down on some of the cavalry units for the Dark Elves, but no decisive victory here, I would say. Not yet, at least. You do get a total devastation of this Cold One Knight unit. Dark Riders looking to move in, trying to lock these units down, and a beautiful upgraded final transmutation, and a terror route, and probably just a finish on both these guys from the Celestial General. He's been playing very cagey all game, but finally gets some proper damage in. I don't know how much utility that's going to give the Cathay forces here. I mean, winning against all these Dark Riders, though, I think is what's going to do the work here. You got the Cold One Knights being melted by Plague of Rust. Beautiful overcast on that. And Bandits of the Silver Road chipping in with damage against these Cold One Knights with the Jade Lancers and Peasant Horsemen on the rear of these units. Please, what is going on? Somebody's dropping. Am I going to drop? I feel like I'm gonna quit this battle. I don't want to, but I think it might be me. I don't want them to crash out and have to replay that. Oh my god, dude. Oh, I'm gonna have to go get the replay from those guys. Hopefully they don't have to restart that. That game was so good, dude. Please, let it be okay. Daniken crashed. Rip. Okay. I'm just talking with the players and seeing what they want to do. Daniken is giving the game to Anticity, I think. Daniken said the... Okay, so Daniken said the final transmutation was the nail in the coffin. And the Celestial General getting the K-Knight Assassins there at the end. A bit of a chaotic end to the tournament, but... Hey, man, I mean, it was a really good game up until what we saw. Daniken is conceding. And, Anticity is going to be walking away with the tournament win here. This tournament is 100% cursed, bro. Maxie, you hit the nail on the head. I don't even know what the hell was going on this whole time. Very messy return to adminning, I swear. I understand Daniken's reasoning for conceding. Let me just let everybody know. So it wasn't just the final transmutation that was nuking the single entities like that. The two K-Knight Assassins and the Supreme Sorceress got hit by that. Anticity found a moment to make up for his earlier miss, I would say. Either that or he canceled it, and he's an absolute 500 IQ genius. I wouldn't put it past him, but... it wasn't just that. There was a Plague of Rust that hit the remaining Cold One Knight that Daniken had, and it was 100% on the way out. There was a Jade Lancer and a Peasant Horseman pinning it, and the Bandits of the Silver Road shooting it. It was pretty much gone, and there wasn't really a lot of cavalry left. I mean, you got some really good abilities out of the Empress Croman, and then also just a really clean engagement from the Celestial General that kind of broke that match open for Anticity at the end there. And it's very probable, I would say, that Daniken felt that all that was going to happen from there on out is all of the mobility from Anticity just steamrolls the Bolt Throwers and cycle charges the Black Ark Corsairs to oblivion, and then you can't do anything. So it was kind of checkmate, potentially. That's my read of the situation. The people demand a replay. I wish I could give it to you. I gotta respect their, I gotta respect the decision, though. Next time I'll put in more of a contingency so that something like that doesn't happen. I think that we should just be thankful that we actually got through the whole tournament eventually. Dude, coming back from a vacation to admin a tournament just a few days later, probably not the best idea. It was all over the freaking place. We had Swiss points that were all over, making no sense, not adding up. all of my games were razor close. Absolutely every single one of them went down to the freaking wire. I don't even know. Just go back and watch if you haven't seen the whole thing. It was a rip-roaring good time. And I really appreciate y'all showing up for the ride along the way. Oh my god, dude. Alright, let me make sure to go finalize this. That way, I don't get called out in the admin's channel. Daniken says the loss was deserved. I don't know about that. Really well played by Anticity. There you go, congratulate him. Content farmed for content. Absolutely. Okay, what are we doing here? I'm just taking a breath, winding down from this tournament, honestly. I think that's probably going to do it for this one, guys. I definitely need to get off and go figure out some strategies so that the tournament is not nearly as chaotic next time. Because that was a little silly. It seemed like everything was falling apart at the seams by the time semifinals roll around. I would like for that to not be the case next time. Played versus that Anticity build with Korn. Really? Do you have the replay? Send it to me if you do. I am very curious to see how you played that. Just DM me Final Boss. Pretty please. I want to see that game. Yeah, see, we all need to get together and maximize the Korn meta again. Because there were so many meaningful nerfs this patch. Oh, you know what? Let's actually, before we go, let's go talk about Korn as a faction right now. And why I didn't play them this tournament. But probably will soon. It's been an eventful patch for these guys. And I see that the success has been very slow in the coming for the Blood God. Which I guess isn't super surprising. Oh, come on, please. I'm totally connected to the internet. Steam doesn't want to cooperate. Anyway, I wanted to pull up the patch notes, but, I mean, off the top of my head, Valkia got more expensive. She's 100 gold more, and I think same with Skull Taker, or he's 150 more. Plus, he lost a ton of melee defense on the Blood Throne. He went from 35 down to 25, which is a significant nerf. He's still pretty crazy. I'm not going to sit here and say Skull Taker is balanced. Quite honestly, I think on any other roster he would truly be unstoppable. But Korn is a little limited sometimes. You just don't get the kind of opportunities you're looking for. So he's like fairly balanced considering the faction he's repping. Marauders are still Marauders. Nothing notable happened there. The Bloodwig Berserkers, they got nerfed in Days Gone. prior to the most recent patch. They're much more manageable. People kind of figured them out. I mean, it's a 40-speed infantry unit, and they are insanely tough to kill in melee, but shooting them to death is always worth it. Because you can't let them stick around and grind out, like, 2,000 to 3,000 value really easily. They still shred in melee, so if you can get them into engagements, they'll dominate. The big thing was Juggernauts getting buffed. I have not played around enough with them. I really want to do some more experimentation, especially with the Knights of the Brazen Throne. I think these guys, with the extra health, plus the splash changes to the Skull Crushers, they could be an absolutely ferocious unit that carries matchups. I wouldn't be surprised if they start to take hold. I think it might be time for Soul Grinders again. I think Skull Cannons are low-key kind of bad now. I feel like they struggle pretty mightily. The Hellforged Bellowers is the only one worth taking. I used to love Double Skull Cannon, and it just doesn't work anymore. If they revert the Skull Cannon so that they have some, like, missile penetration against cavalry, I think that they could become usable again. I would really like to see that change. Otherwise, they're just not worth a damn, in my opinion. Horsemen, good. What are the other changes? That's what I would love to be able to check. I don't know why I can't pull anything up right now. Okay, here we go. I'm actually pulling up the patch notes. I found a way. Who would have thought Google would come in clutch for us, right? So yeah, the magic item rework, blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, we gotta go to the special page. Where's the link for it? Top? No. Where is the multiplayer changes? Where's the individual list? What the hell am I looking at? Am I just an absolute fool? Or is this not it? I don't even know what I'm doing now. Alright, well, whatever. What do you want to do with my replays? I'm going to watch them Spotify. I'm going to do, since you're the only person who sent me any replays, I'll just do like a triple header if you want me to. I'll cast all three. Give you my thoughts and feelings. And post them. I think that'd be pretty fun. 8 health per model makes a big difference. I know it's only like 200 health, but I have noticed they seem to just hang on to models a little bit better. And the thing about the Knights of the Brazen Throne is Murderous Charge will delete a unit. I mean, it is absolutely filthy how much damage the Knights do on a clean charge. There really isn't much in the game that can withstand it. They just fold up under the pressure. You even do like a quick Black Orc test. Just to show off how much they can bulldoze over something. Oh, we can even do Alpine Ridge. Get the downhill charge from them. The point I'm trying to make about them... Oh, well, we crashed out anyways. What the hell is going on today? You try and test something, and then your computer falls apart on you. Anyways. The more models that the Knights of the Brazen Throne have, the better they'll perform just by running everything over. You honestly just want to use them to bulldoze through your opponent's front line, turn it into an absolute shambles, and then just charge everything else down. I think Khorne is going to go for some very shock-heavy and just, like, raw mobility. Like, tons of Flesh Hounds, tons of Furies, like Blood Beast, Minotaurs, Knights of the Brazen Throne, maybe some Marauders and stuff for infantry. Khorngors. I think that's going to be Khorne's answer for the most part, with how much kite there is. You just don't survive it very well as Khorne. Like, so many armies give you the runaround that you just can't do anything about. Even added another one. I just want to show off the prowess of these guys, and hopefully demonstrate the change in efficiency on them. Because they don't just, like, flatten through a unit anymore. They just delete an entire section of it. So you can use them as a battering ram through front lines like crazy, because you'll literally run right up the pipe of a unit and you'll leave 100 dead models behind you, and you can just run something up right through the middle of that gap. Skulltaker also combos with them very well, because they have very similar speeds. He's a little bit slower. You can see them outpacing him. He usually catches up in time. He can always delay your charge and then go in, just for all the buffs that he provides. We'll just leave it as it is. I mean, this is a Black Orc unit. This is one of the firmest, like, infantry units in the game. In terms of their, like, raw mass, you know? Like, they stand up to a lot of stuff. And they still get tossed around like just little bitty boys. 130 armor also means that it's fairly hard to chunk through them just in prolonged combat, because so much bounces off of them. As long as you keep knights away from like super swarmy AP elements, your opponent will never be able to properly utilize infantry in the game. We're gonna do this just for the memes. Oh, they popped their removable bulwark too. You can dogpile in, then you can immediately turn them around, and they keep their charge attacks going. Like, do you see the way that they just like pile through? You can get guys stuck. That's the biggest worry about the knights, is you get them too split. Then you can bring in Furies to kind of like land around them and occupy the infantry while they escape. I don't know. This is just like random rambling musings about the potential meta stuff. I think that there's a lot of potential unexplored with those guys. I'm fully convinced of it. Yeah, boss, send me some replays too. I'm super down. Yeah, no one else sent any. That's okay though. Like, I'll just get some elsewhere. I have many sources. Alright guys, I'm gonna dip out. I'm gonna go reflect on the tournament and how I can run it a little bit smoother next time. Hopefully I can do that before the new player tournament on Saturday. I'd love to be able to host another on Friday. Probably around the same time. Alright guys, take care, peace out. I'll see y'all next time. I really appreciate y'all tuning in.